I'm in jail. Every 30 days, I got to go back to court, go back to court, go back to court. The judge is like, I'm tired of you. You've been on a run for 18 months. You owe me 18. We laying you down. So.
Built by the rested, you can't tell me nothing. Built by adversity, led by carrots. Everybody doubting me, now everybody proud of me. I swear to God, I'm gonna be everything I wanna be.
What's going on, world? It's your favorite podcast. Your boys from Built by the Red Stick are back in the building. It's the one, the only,
Zoom in on my threads.
Mr. Ronnie LaDuff,
Zoom in on my.
your boy Michael Oakley, and we represent the best podcast to ever podcast.
We don't represent it. We host it.
Yes, Lord.
We embody it.
Yes, Lord.
We breathe it.
Yes, Lord.
We live it.
Yes, Lord.
We preach it.
Well, is breathe and live the same thing?
No, because you could be living and not breathing.
That's not a true statement.
ICU, life support. You're not breathing. You got a machine breathing for you, but you're living.
But you're still intaking oxygen and breathing.
Yeah,
in a
but
sense.
you're not living if you're breathing.
I disagree.
Hey man, that's what we do a lot of.
Jesus. We got a fire one ready for y'all. Wrapping up the end of the year.
Oh, we almost there, baby.
Christmas.
Well, we got one more episode, one more episode after this.
Till
So we got this episode, then the recap.
Yeah. This is the second to last episode of the great year of 2025.
I cannot believe 25 is gone, bro.
25. Dude, 25's out, thighs out is over.
Over with. 20.
Well,
What?
we'll come up with it on the recap.
I like what you did there.
We call that a tease.
You know?
Yeah, no.
I see you read the book I sent you.
Hey, I gotta.
How to tease and please.
All right, so to bring on our astounding guest, we got to pass it
Bro, I don't
to
know
the
if I
best
can do it.
hype man that this country's ever seen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Mr. Ronnie LaDuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, look, normally I have something clever to say after that, but I don't even know if words can describe the man that we have on the podcast today. I'm talking about the coolest guy in the recovery community that I've ever laid eyes on. The best smelling guy. I promise you, your cologne collection is not touching his. But when you talk about just genuine, willing to help, go the extra mile, always available, reliable, dependable, understandable, non-judgmental, diverse, all-inclusive, never exclusive, great friend, great person, great dad, cologne connoisseur, somebody that became very, very close to me, near and dear to my heart. I mean, I can call this man at any time of day. I promise you he's going to answer. And we share the same name. Must be life. Ronnie, smell what I got on the lawn, is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Come smell what I got on the lawn.
Come smell it. I like that.
Yeah. Bro, what's up?
How you doing?
Dude, I'm great.
Good to see y'all.
Thank y'all for coming. He got to go spit personality or something. I just gave him bipolar. Thank you for coming.
Yes, indeed,
Oh,
man. Thank you
bro.
for joining us. Hailing and representing the great company of
Avenues.
Avenues.
If you were someone you know is struggling with drug and alcohol abuse, call us at Avenues.
There you go.
And they got them all over the state. They got them
everywhere.
all over the country. I was going.
Bro, my bad.
I read the book. You got to build it up.
They different.
So, Mr. Ronnie, man, thank you for joining us.
It's gonna be weird you saying him and not me not acknowledging it. But go ahead.
is,
Yeah.
So tell us, before we get into kind of what you do now and everything, tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, all that good stuff.
Ronnie DeLon, right? As y'all mentioned, I am from New Orleans, born and raised actually in Metairie, but people from in Metairie say, I'm from New Orleans, right? Because most people don't know the difference.
So he grew up with money. Can't be poor and live in Metairie. But go ahead, we listen.
I don't know about all that.
Boy, Ronnie's so quick to put money in people's pocket, bro.
Bro,
Ronnie's so quick to
everybody know
put.
that.
Ronnie's so quick.
Everybody know that.
Nah, that ain't really true, but we didn't want for nothing. You know
Come
what I
on
mean? My parents work. They work hard.
Yeah.
My dad's at work right now. He's 72. He works at Delta. He's been at work since 4:30 this morning. So they work hard.
Damn.
Dang.
72 still pulling it in.
Yeah, he works for Delta. There's one person that works for Delta that's been there longer than him.
The
Been there
owner?
53 years.
Wow.
And my dad said, I don't even know him, but I ain't retiring until he does. So that's where I'm from. I went to school in Metairie, grew up in Metairie. I got clean in November of 06. That's how I got kind of that was my got into this field because I'm in recovery too.
Got you.
So
So what that is? 19 years?
19, yep.
almost
next
next year.
Your sobriety older than my oldest child.
It can almost vote.
You know you can vote.
Well, I can vote,
You
can
can
almost
vote.
drink.
Can almost drink legally.
In some states you can vote.
Pretty wild.
Yeah,
Pretty
goodness
wild.
gracious.
Absolutely. That's impressive. And so what do you do now?
I'm the regional director of marketing for Avenues Recovery Center.
Okay.
That's a big word. What that mean?
I'm a marketer.
No,
right?
you not. Don't dumb it down that much.
I wear a bunch of different hats. When I got hired on, my previous role I was a clinical director. I'm an LPC and an LAC. So I got hired on to be a lot of different things, but technically I got hired as a marketer.
Man, so with all LPC, all the credentials, everything, that's got to be a story of especially being in recovery. It's got to be a story of overcoming adversity, overcoming trials and tribulations, which is what we are here for. So let's bring it back to the beginning. How'd you earn your chair?
Man, how far you want to go back?
As far as far as what happened,
Let's go back to when you had hair.
All right.
as far back as far back as what your self-reflection in this recovery world has led you to understand the
right.
dynamics that created your addiction.
All right. I'll go way back, right? High school.
Okay.
So my story starts, I think, like most people, smoke a little bit of weed, drinking on the weekends. Alcohol was I never really liked it. Didn't really like weed either, but I did it
Yeah.
because that was the thing to do. I knew something was different about me in high school because we'd be like, oh, we're going to get some X this weekend. Friday night, you're going to get the X and you're going to sneak a bottle of, whatever, or get a 12-pack of beer. And Friday would come around, and it's in my head, we doing it, right? Friday would come around, oh, I couldn't get the tabs, the X for this weekend.
What the fuck are you doing?
And I would be like, that's not a thing. Like it's happening. And everybody else I was with, no, it's all right, we'll get it next week. No, y'all don't get it. Like we doing it. And they would, no. So I knew something was different. I didn't know what it was just yet, but I could feel like something wasn't right. So there's my family's split, right? I got one side of my family is like my parents. They work hard, earn what they get, live right.
Absolutely.
Like we talked about. But and another side of my family was all drug dealers and gangsters, right? So as 15, 16 years old, 17, who you gonna
Shit.
Come
you know
on
what I mean?
now.
I don't want to be like my dad getting up at 4:00 in the morning. And
Uh-huh.
I want to be like them with the jet skis and the four-wheelers and the Harleys and the cigarette boats and the, like pocket swap. It doesn't, it's an easy decision,
Yep.
right? But what that taught me was money doesn't mean much when you don't earn it. But even more importantly was rules don't apply.
Absolutely.
You do what you want, when you want. It doesn't matter. Against the law, it's only against the law if you get caught.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Just don't get caught. That's the way it goes. So when I turned, I guess I was almost 18. Somebody said, "Man, can you get some weed?" Yeah, I can get some weed. I know a guy, right?
Yeah.
So I go to this family member, and I ask him. He said, "Yeah, how much? What do you need?" I said, "Well, I think he needs a pound." He was like, "Yeah, take one of these, like that, right?" Shit. So I take this pound. I drive to the dude's house. He gives me $1,000. I drive back to this family member's house. I give him $800. Put $200 in my pocket. Took about 20 minutes. because it was raining, right? I had to drive slower because it was raining. I'm like, that was $200 like that. And then, I don't know, this was like 91, $200. That's like 2 weeks of work.
Boy, that's $2,000 right now in today's
I'm
money.
making like, oh, okay. So I see how this is going to go, right? So that's when I started kind of, this is my job now. I don't need no regular job. I can do this. So at 17, 18 years old, selling between, I don't know, 10 and 40 pounds a week, depending, making that kind of money, just do whatever.
Yeah.
That's when I really took a.
So, I don't think we class what it. I mean, of course, you know, as people in recovery, we all know like we're in recovery from everything. But what was your kryptonite?
Heroin.
Heroin.
Yeah, yeah. Heroin and cocaine. I love them.
Okay. Little one and one.
Hey, no. My thinking was I did them together one time, one and one together, and my heart was going like.
Yeah, you can't mix business with pleasure,
So
man.
my thinking, right? This is how. I said, well, I can't do them together. I got to do them separate. So I'll put one on this side, and then I'll put one on this side, right? So that's my logic, right?
I ain't never think like that.
Yeah, so I'm going to I'm going up, I'm going down, I'm going, insanity. But that's what ultimately got me, right? Was the heroin.
And so, from 18, 19, probably just to quantify for the people what could be considered, of course, now hindsight, probably an addict then, but a recreational user, moving weight. Where's the transition part come to? I'm no longer doing this.
Yeah. Okay. So the transition for me happened with these same family members that had these, mountains of weed, duffel bags full of weed all the time.
I mean, shit, if you're moving 10 to 40 pounds a week, who knows?
How much they move?
God,
250 every 4 days.
Your
They got.
goodness gracious almighty.
It was delivered 250 pounds a week. 250 pounds every 4 days was delivered.
So
if
let's
you
say
bought weed in Louisiana
Chances
from
are.
88 to 95, it came through them.
Jesus. So let's just say hypothetically still in business. Like, are they hiring? Hypothetically.
Well, some of them,
Hypothetically.
they're either half dead or half in prison. The other half's in prison. So a couple of them have moved out of state to, get away from it. But
Yeah.
it was insane back then. It was.
Dude, the 90s was wide open.
They would ask us, and people who I know that are listening to this are going to be able to be like, man, I know exactly what he because they would ask us like, hey, y'all want to go rent a charter boat tomorrow? No, we don't have no money. We didn't ask if you had money. We asked if you wanted to go, you want to go on a trip. We want to go to the casino. Oh, I don't have money. I didn't ask if you had money.
You want to go?
Did you want to go? Right?
Yep. I wish Mike could do that for me with the cruises he be going on. But go ahead, Ronnie. This is your story, not mine.
So this is where the devil gets really wound into my story, right? This was when Vicodins were big, and coffin cuts, right?
Yeah.
They always had like pickle jars full of them, right?
He
The
said
10s?
jars.
The 10s?
No, I think it was 7.5.
7.5, okay.
Vikes come in 5 and 7.5s, I think.
Okay, they don't come in 10s?
That's
No,
lower tabs.
lower tabs and perks come in 10s, I think. But
Damn.
this is when, but it was like movie pickle jars. Like the one, like the big, but there was no cost to them. It was just like, oh,
Just
yeah,
grab some.
yeah, grab a handful, grab a few. Oh, yeah. So we were eating them like no idea of the repercussions.
Mike.
So
Yeah, polygon.
no idea of the repercussions that's coming. We didn't know about opiate, withdrawal, detoxing, pill sick, nothing. It was just fun, right? No, I'm out. Let me go get 30 more, 40 more, 5 more, whatever. Then that's the early 90s. I started, the pills started to dry up from them, right? So we're buying them off the street. I'm eating, I don't know, between 10 and 20 a day.
And then there's no financial hardship because
Yeah, there's no,
even when they dry up, you're still making.
yeah.
What's the going rate for a Viking back then? 7.5.
I think 5.
That's
Four
high.
or $5.
That's still kind of high.
I don't know what they go for now, but
I wouldn't know about it. Do they even make them still?
If they are, they're half pressed with fentanyl.
Yeah, for
They
real.
made on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure you could get them if you go have a surgery or something.
Yeah.
But so this is right about the time oxys hit the street, right? 20s, 40s, and 80s. I had a pretty good connection on the 80s, so we could get those pretty much all the time. So I can take one of these and it equals 6 of these, or 8 of the. Oh man, that just makes perfect sense. Like, okay, wait, you telling me I can snort these too? Oh, let's go.
Good.
So that's when things really went super sideways for me when it came to opiates. I had already been introduced to like IV Coke. I'm not even sure how that happened, to be honest with you. Next thing I knew, it was like shoot Coke one night. I don't know.
Here in the train car.
Yeah.
Should take your breath away, boy.
So then I found out you could shoot those. Okay. So fast forward a few years, I maintained, from what
And not to interrupt you, but this
Yeah,
this whole time there's no true job. It's just hustling.
Yeah. Okay. I was working at a college bar as a bartender on Carrollton and Canal. And I remember the owner saying, "Ronnie, have you cashed any of your checks? Like I need to, I don't know what's in my bank." Because and I remember telling him, like, man, I don't even know where they are, if I'm being honest with you. I'm only here for the girls, bro. Like, I don't know anything about a paycheck. Like, I don't even know where they are.
That
And
might be the greatest thing.
Bruh.
and he was right. Like, I didn't cash them because I don't need the money.
Yeah.
It was like probably $4 an hour, at the time. So did I have a job? Yeah.
But it wasn't.
But I wasn't there for the money, that's for sure. In '96, I got a job on a charter boat, though. I became, I started running a charter boat offshore. So that's when things really became a struggle in '96. So up until this point, getting high was fun. I thought,
absolutely.
right? We partying. That's what I thought it was, but
Yeah.
I didn't know what was on the horizon for me.
When was the so from you started taking the bikes in what, early 90s, 91, 92, 93. When was the first time something happened, whether it be short on funds or dry up, where that detox hit you?
I already know where you're going. All right, so fast forward to 2000, right? I had maintained all that.
Oh, you had a wine.
Yeah.
Run, yeah.
Ooh.
2000, I was engaged to my wife, who's my wife now, engaged to my girlfriend at the time. She was in Miami. This might have been 01, 2000, 01, somewhere around there. She's in Miami with some family members shopping for wedding dresses, right? And I'm living with my parents at the time. And things didn't sound right? Almost echoey. My vision everything seemed really bright. I felt like, man, I got a fever coming. I must be getting sick, No clue. Like, I'm thinking, I must have the flu.
Yep.
And I'm like, this is a panic attack. I'm having a goddamn, this anxiety attack.
I don't need to get married. That's the only thing it could be.
Well, I really was like, what the hell? So I call her. No idea. She don't know I'm doing any drugs. Okay, let me just point that out. She thinks I'm.
Damn.
So no weight loss, no.
No. I maintained. Nothing. I didn't look like a dope fiend yet. That was coming though. That was coming. So I call her. She's in Miami. She says, "Oh, it sounds like a panic attack." She's a therapist. She's a clinical social worker. She's like, "Oh, you definitely having a panic attack."
She's a social worker while you're in the
yeah.
depths of your addiction.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a movie.
Fucking A.
Dude.
That's a movie.
So she says, I don't know, listen to this meditation or some shit, But I'm like, oh, I'm fit. This is physical, So I call my boy and I tell him, And he's like, man, I got a couple of Vicodin if you want them, you know? I'm like, hell yeah, if you think that would help, dude. I one-eye drove all the way from Destrehan to his house downtown. I get to his house. I'm sitting on the stoop. I hurry up and chew the 2 Vicodin up. Like 10 minutes later, I was fine.
Ooh.
Now, look, I still didn't.
Yeah.
I still didn't make the connection, right? I'm sitting on his steps out front. And I was like, whew, man, thanks. You know, that was close. You know, he was like, well, what are we going to do for tomorrow? And I was like, hold on. What you mean? What are we going to do? I'm always easy. If I got a cough, I take cough medicine. The cough goes away, right? What do you mean? What are we going to do for tomorrow? He's like, this is going to happen tomorrow. I'm like, fuck me. Is it? Like, I didn't know anything about this. So this is right. 2 major things happened to me in this situation. It's the first time I ever tried heroin. And number 2 was my drive to do this switched from, hey, this is fun.
To survival.
Yeah, to now it's got to happen.
Yep.
Go back to high school. This is happening, right? No matter what, at all cost, I will never feel that way again. Now mix that with stupidity, bravery, balls, as they say, and desperation to never feel that way again is a bad combo.
Absolutely. So
Yep.
this is the 2001 era, whatever it may be, and so transition from what is obviously the desperation part and which led you to recovery is the 01 to 06 era. What does that look like?
It was rough. That was a rough time.
Was there only one treatment stint? Or?
No. I made the round.
Okay.
Made the rounds. They knew I was a freak retread.
All throughout that time?
Yeah. Well, this is how my wife found out. Now, fast forward a year into being married, so 2 years from me finding out I got an opiate issue. I'm watching TV. We married for a year. Now, she thinks I might maybe take a hit off a joint once a month, might drink once a month. That's what my wife is under the impression of.
Oh, you IV using at this time when she finds out.
yeah,
Okay,
this is-
okay.
He been IV using coke.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
They
yeah.
were dating.
Yeah,
Way back.
that's right. That's right.
So I'm sitting down and watching TV one night, and we lived in a shotgun double. And I catch her out the corner of my eye, fresh out the shower, hair up in a towel. And she's like, she called my name. She said, Ronnie. And it wasn't the same tone. Like I knew something was up, right? And I look over and I see in her hand a pair of sunglass, like the little bag they come in.
Yeah.
Right? And I know what's in that bag. Right? And when I saw that gray, I'm like, fuck. She got a syringe, a rig in this hand, and the
Gig's
bag
up.
in this hand. The gig was up, right? So look, my wheels start turning. Like, oh, it's so-and-so. Oh, I'm diabetic. Like, I got to come up with something, right? So she says, stop thinking. Tell me what this is. And I'm like, fuck. And then the other side of my brain's like, now's your chance, bro. You've been struggling with, this is what you've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Don't back out now.
Yeah.
Tell her what's up. So I break down. We cry together. We go through the whole deal. That's how I ended up in detox the first time. I ended up in the pause.
You know, sometimes some people aren't as fortunate, to mend the relationship between an active addict and someone who's not. What was that journey like? What was the process of her sticking by your side throughout all of this?
She's good. She's good. I mean, she's been a blessing.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like a one and done, go to treatment. It was find out the bank account's empty. Find out the savings account's gone. Oh, where's my wedding ring? Where's my debit card? Where's that $20 I had in my... Where were you yesterday when you know what I mean? It was a lot of that, dude. She should have been gone. Years later in couples therapy, we had a godsend. Jane Roach is her name. She's passed away. Absolutely love her. She saved our marriage after I got clean. In therapy one time, I was like, what's wrong with you? Why would you ever stick with this. Like,
Yeah.
why would you stay in this? I said, look, pick one thing off the laundry list of stuff that I've done. You just pick one and do that, and I'm fucking gone.
Yep.
And here you are.
Dealing with it all.
I don't know what's wrong with something's wrong with you. You know what I mean? But I don't know, dude. She just stuck around. She saw something
Shout
I
out to
didn't.
wifey.
Shout out to wife.
Dude, she's
she's
the real deal.
Ain't nothing like a strong woman,
trying
but
to tell you.
She's the real deal.
they don't run the world like you said in the last episode.
Yeah, I was just being.
I know what you was doing, but
Placating.
we be getting a lot of people that think you was serious. We know y'all can't run the world, women. Like I'm just playing. That sound bad.
So,
Joking.
so 06,
Mm-hmm.
find your last time in treatment. What was the catalyst that kind of led you to that part, and then what was different?
Well, there's a lot. There's a lot leading up to that, right?
Okay.
There's a lot of between her finding out and like letting everybody know, my parents, everybody,
Yeah.
letting them know what the deal was. To me, actually getting clean is about 5 years, in and out of treatment centers and homeless. Like I say, I was homeless. I never slept under the bridge or anything, but my name wasn't on a lease anywhere.
Right,
You know what I mean? I'm
right.
like FEMA trailer.
Are you working in any point of this 5 years?
I started working on the boat
Okay.
in 96 as a deckhand. In 2000, I got my captain's license and was running a boat. So I was a charter boat captain from 2000 till 05.
So they stuck with you too, kind of through the bad stuff.
Yeah, my boss, well, he didn't have a choice. Like, I know how to run the boat.
Yeah.
I've been on this boat for a decade.
Yeah.
He kind of turned he wasn't. Just show up not high and we
Yeah,
good. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
lose
yeah.
no people offshore. Come back with everybody you leave with. We good. You know what I mean? Catch a few fish.
Make
we
sure
good.
there ain't nothing on the boat if fucking maritime
yeah.
pulls us over.
Yeah. So he was, it was that's a rough business to be
Yeah.
in. Them guys work hard and play hard. It's kind of expected, but you had asked me So there's a lot of times in my story where reality would slap me so hard that there was just no amount of whatever I could escape it, right? And one of the times that really stick out to me is I had a little hustle. I say I stopped working on the boat in 05. It was like 04, 05-ish. I really can't be certain. But that work was so conditional. Like if the, bad weather, winter time, you got weeks of windy weather. So it wasn't consistent.
Right.
So I could never just depend on a paycheck. But I got a dope habit. Like, I need a paycheck every day. So I used to have this little hustle. My dad works at Delta, so he's got all the stickers on the car, right? I would take their vehicle, go to the airport, and pick up people in the cab line. This is before Katrina, so there was no Lyft and no Uber, none of that. So I'd pick out people in the taxi cab line and tell them, look, I work for Delta. I might put my dad's Delta jacket on. I deliver lost luggage. I'm going downtown. I'll get you downtown before you even get in a cab. Line up 80 people, $25 a person. Let's go. So that's my hustle, right?
Before Uber was Uber.
Yeah, some dude called me a gypsy cab. Apparently, that's the thing in New York, right? So what I would do is borrow my mom's car, go do that all day. As soon as I get $100, I'd stay downtown, score, and then go get people and do that all day. One time I told my mom, I gotta borrow your car. I'm gotta want to put in some job applications or something. She was like, all right, I'll get off at 6. Make sure you're back here to get me at 6. I'm like, yeah, I'll be back. So, of course, I running back and forth all day. Full tank of gas. I done burned through it. I'm scoring. It's 6 o'clock. Yeah, I'm on the dope man's time, right?
I'm right around the corner.
Yeah, I'm about to make the block. I got hear your kids in the back. The TV. What do you mean you about to make the block? So I end up scoring. Go pick my mom up. It's like 6:40. Raining and cold. And my mom's outside. The lights at her work, they're closed. She's the last one there.
Ooh.
Okay? There's another one of them times where reality got me, right? She jumps in the car. Oh, I'm sorry, Mom. The guy was late or whoop, whatever the bullshit I came up with. She drops me off wherever I was staying or living at the time. I might have been at home then. A little while later, my dad calls me. He says, "You motherfucker. You're not borrowing your mom's car anymore. Do not call your mom. Do not go to your mom's work. Don't call me. Don't call your mom's work. Don't call my work. Don't call her work. Don't call us for anything unless you need a ride to rehab. That's it. Nothing less."
Damn.
Fuck him. Now this is my boy, right? My dad is my number one in life.
Yeah.
Fuck him. He don't know. Man, that's my mom. And that's his wife, bro. You know what I mean? But I'm like, that's my mom. He ain't gonna tell me, But look, when I called him, I don't know, 6 months, 8 months later for a ride to treatment, they picked me up. They picked me up in Holly Grove. Didn't say a word all the way to Alexandria, right? Not, "You hungry? You want to run through Popeyes?" Nothing. 0 words. We got up there. They brought me to Red River. I got out. It was starting to rain. I ran to the door. I turned around to tell them bye. They were already fucking gone.
Gone.
So
You got sober at Red River?
nope, I got sober at Odyssey House. That was my second time at Red River. I was there 3 times. But that's another one of them times where, my dad's like, you never do what you say you're going to do. You never go where you say you're going to go. You never went where you say you went. Hell, you never are where you say you are.
Yeah.
And he was right.
Yeah.
He was 100% right. And that's one of the lines that stuck with me for life, which is,
I have a similar, and Ronnie's probably heard this story before, but like I have a similar line. My dad always used to tell me, and like that, I love my dad, man. And he used to say, "Michael, you lie when it's better to tell the truth." And I remember in active addiction, I'd always be, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard. It's always better to lie.
yep.
Always. And when I got sober, like thinking back on that line, it's resonated forever in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the little father wisdoms that they drop on you.
Yep. That's one of the ones for me too.
Yeah.
Where if I tell you I'm gonna be somewhere, I'm there.
Absolutely.
If I tell you, yeah, Mom, I'll pick you up, I'm there.
Before the time I was supposed to be there.
If I'm not there, something happened.
Absolutely, yeah.
And I expect that from other people, but that's the one, it's all stems from that one line of him telling me that once I got clean, that was it. If I told you I was going to be the person everybody could depend on. And I've tried to do that.
And that was part of how I described him. I see 19 years later, you still that.
So
He actually come out to eat with me and stuff and invite me places and what? What? He do.
I believe you.
Do anybody else I know do that?
I know you're not talking about me. I know you're not talking. I know it. I know you're not talking about
I
me.
say, Mike, dang, when we gonna do something? When you ask me to go somewhere. You can't take the lead sometime. I like to be courted.
He does. I'll tell you that. He likes to be courted.
I like to be courted.
I know. And you gonna sit there.
My estrogen levels.
You gonna
elevated,
sit there
so
with
I'm sensitive right now.
You gonna
Be
sit
careful
there with
how
a
you talk.
straight ass fucking face and not act like I don't be like, "Hey, bro, let's go to lunch today." You're like, "Oh man, I got to do this. Hey, bro, let's do this
Bro,
today."
that happened like 6 times.
In the last week.
My estrogen levels elevated, bro. I'm sensitive right now.
All right. So obviously crazy story, ripping and running. Let's highlight what the overcoming, the hope, the spread. Like
Lord.
people know. Okay, that's who I am, or who I was. Blah blah blah. So from 2006 to now, right? Like,
Well, let me back up real one.
yeah.
I want to go back to like my actual getting sober time, right? When
Yeah.
the
At
time I
Odyssey
got
House.
sober at Odyssey House.
Yeah.
Because how I ended up here intertwines,
Okay.
obviously, but in a different way than most
Got you.
people expect.
Ooh, my bad.
So I got a heroin charge in 04. Got put on. I got caught with a dude that caught us both, and they found the dope on me. They didn't find any on him, so they wanted me to flip on him, right? So they like, look, well, this judge is going to give you 5 years for possession of 1.5 grams. with intent because it was the dude sold grams and half grams. I can only afford 1.5, so give me 1.5 grams, right? It was in 2 separate bags. Distribution they give me. Even though they saw the whole transaction. They didn't have any dope on him. So we go to court. Now, he had a paid lawyer. I had a court-appointed attorney. The Metairie people supposed to have paid lawyers, right? We got money.
No, you messed yourself up. I say you grew up with money. I ain't say you separated yourself with money.
So our cases were split, right? Of course, when you got a paid lawyer, they push it back. Oh, give me an extension. You got a court-ordered attorney. They like, what you gonna do, bro? Guilty or not guilty? We trial.
We got something else.
Right.
Yep.
I got 40 more cases behind me. So I end up, they come to me and they say, look, we'll give you 5 years suspended sentence, 3 years on probation, but we want you to testify. I'm like, fuck. My case is already, his case ain't for, his trial's in 6 months. Y'all want this right now. Our cases are like, man, I'll take it. I'm thinking I'm slick, right? Because I'm like, hey, once I sign these papers, they can't take my probation back. Sure, give me the probation. So they give me probation. Fast forward a few months, his court date comes up. I'm thinking, this probation's just pretty easy. I don't have a PO. I never had to go anywhere, but they were staying off of me because I was on deck to testify, right? So I get on the stand for his trial on probation. Yes, sir, blah, 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 yep. Is it true this, you got that? I said, no, I was just asking him for directions, And they were like, I said, well, I was in a rough neighborhood, Louisa and St. Claude, kind of rough. I didn't know how to get out of there. So, I don't even know him. So he ended up beating the charge. Well, that pissed the judge off and the DA, right? Rightfully so. So the judge tells me, go see your probation officer today, right now. Here's his card. So I go over there to him, sign up for all the probation, take a drug test. Of course, I'm dirty. The judge, the PO says, look, I already know what happened in court. Do not come back here dirty again. If you do, we're not doing this. Yeah. I'm like, yes, sir. I never went back, right? He told me don't come back if you're dirty. So I never went back. Ripping and running. In the meantime, I decided that I thought they were getting close to me. I run to Alexandria to move into a sober living house. I'm living there. I got up there like 2 months before Katrina hit. Katrina hit. Got kicked out of the sober living house I was living in because I was already used and I was working at a hotel. I checked myself into that hotel that I was working at under a FEMA number. I think the statute of limitations is up, so I think I'm good now. Checked myself into their FEMA number so they couldn't kick me out. So now I'm like living in a hotel, getting all this FEMA money. Cracked out of my mind, but I couldn't find any heroin there, but I could find like opiates in different forms and fashions. Totally strung out. Living there. 3 months after Katrina, I'm still living in this hotel. The girl at the front desk calls me and she's like, Ronnie, there's 2 U.S. Marshals and Rapides Parish Sheriff coming down the hall. I told them what room you were in. I didn't realize what was going on. I was like, what the fuck? I grabbed my backpack, jumped out the window, caught a ride to Baton Rouge, moved back to New Orleans, right? So they didn't catch me there.
Damn.
Right?
Running.
Yeah, I'm like gone. So now I move into a FEMA trailer in Holly Grove. I'm running from the police here. I'm living in this FEMA trailer. We get pulled over. Going to return some stolen goods. I ain't gonna say much more about that.
We all did it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'll steal. I would steal. Don't get me wrong. So we get pulled over. I jump out and run because we had all kind of stuff on us, right? And I was the passenger, so I'm out of here.
Gone.
Yeah. So they end up catching me, beat the living shit out of me, bring me to jail. Now I know I'm not getting out, right? U.S. Marshals, the Friday before this happened, my wife kicked me out. I left that part out. My wife kicked me out 2 years before this. She's a licensed social worker. She's like, you can't live here and do what you doing. I got licenses on here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're never going to come here. Well, they fucking did, right? U.S. Marshals kick her door in looking for me. They go into her great aunt next door with my mug shot. Have you seen this guy? I call my buddy who's at Jefferson Parish. He's a narcotics agent in JP. He's like, look, Ronnie, you got a felony warrant out of Orleans. You got 2 warrants out of St. Charles Parish. You got a warrant in Gretna. You got an attachment in David Drive. This is on a Friday morning. He's like, Monday morning, go wherever you stay in and stay there. And Monday, go to David Drive, take care of that warrant. Drive to Gretna, take care of that warrant. Go to St. Charles, take care of those warrants. Call Orleans Parish Court. Do not go there because they're going to arrest you. Yeah, Jeff, I'll do it. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. That was on a Friday. Fucking Sunday night, I'm in handcuffs, right? So I know I'm not getting out. So they bring me to jail. It's in July of 06. I'm in jail. Every 30 days, I got to go back to court, go back to court, go back to court. The judge is like, I'm tired of you. You've been on a run for 18 months. You owe me 18. We laying you down. So judge comes up and says, on November 11th, judge says, I'm releasing you today I'm going to release you to drug court. Now I'm looking like Grizzly Adams, bro. I've been in there a few months, skinny, you know. I'm white, and they don't feed you in there if you're white, right? They bird feed you. So I'm starving, you know. Yeah. I'm shackled up in orange. I said, man, I'm going to be back in a week. And the judge says, what? And I'm like, what? I'm like, what the did I just say that? And I look over at everybody I'm shackled up with. They're looking at me like, he says, well, you can have a seat. So I sit down. And now I'm defeated, right? I just said, give me that 18 months. You know what I mean? That wasn't what I was saying. Yeah. But that's apparently what came out. So this Nigerian guy stands up and he says, hey, judge, is it all right if I talk to him? I didn't know this dude. But he's a drug court intensive probation officer, case manager at drug court. He comes and talks to me. He says, look, I know you don't want to stay here, but it doesn't sound like you want to go home either. If I get a place for you to go, will you be willing to go? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I was trying to say. I wasn't trying to say, like, stay here. Like, that's what I was trying to say, you know? He's like, all right, you have a seat. So I go back. He says, Odyssey House is going to come interview you. I'm like, cool, let's roll, you know? He didn't tell me, you know, it was going to take a while. So they come. Actually, this was a little bit before that. On July 12th, July 11th, they call me to go to court. That's when Odyssey House is there. She comes and interviews me. She's like, all right, we accept you. That's, you know, we'll come get you when your bed's ready. And I'm like, I'm ready to roll, you know. So that I stayed high the whole time I was in jail. You know, you get a lot of crack in jail. We couldn't get any dope, but I stayed high. So my clean date doesn't start till November 12th. This was on November 11th. She came and interviewed me. Because I knew when they came and got me and brought me to treatment at Odyssey, if I test dirty, they're going to send me back. Right. And this judge is not, he's already done.
Yeah, he's not playing.
So that's when my clean date started. I didn't know that it was going to take 6 weeks to come get me. So they come get me. It's December 20th of 06. It's Friday, December 20th, and it's a Friday. So it's the week before Christmas and New Year's. And I'm like, I'm done. I already been in here Halloween, Thanksgiving. Gonna be Christmas and New Year's now. Boy, they called DeLon, you rolling out. Fuck, I roll that mat out. Normally when you get out of Orleans Parish lockup, it's like an 8-hour process, right? They bring you down, they off the tier, they put you in a holding tank. You sit there for a few hours. They bring you to another little cell. They dress you out, put you back in the holding tank. And they walked me off the tier, straight downstairs, put me in a little tank, a bag of my clothes, and the dude was like, what you waiting on? I'm like, fuck, let's roll. So I change out. I hit the back door. It took me about 10 minutes. Probation officer was there, some lady I didn't recognize. I get in the back of her car. She brings me to this Nigerian guy's office, who's the intensive probation officer. I walk in there. Now, I told you I'm starving, right? They having their Christmas party, right? The work Christmas party. Oh, I can smell all the food. He's like, oh, look, come back at 1 o'clock. I'm like, come back? What are you talking about? Come back at 1 o'clock. I'm supposed to be going to treatment. He's like, yeah, we'll bring you. What do you mean? Where am I going to go? He's like, oh, just go outside. I'm like, dude, I can't just. you must not know who you messing with. I'm not coming back, you know.
You
So
let me out. I'm gone.
right, I'm ready. I'm in shower shoes and all, but I'm gone, you know. So I go downstairs. I find a payphone. Call my wife. She's like, "What are you doing out?" I'm like, "I'm out. They let me out. I'm going to treatment." She came and brought me a pack of cigarettes. I go up, meet this dude. At 1 o'clock, he brings me to Odyssey House. They bring me to Odyssey House in shackles. It's raining, as always. I go, the girl's like, the PO's like, "Look, turn around, take the handcuffs." Normally we walk you in handcuffs, but I ain't getting wet. So there's the front door. If you come back out, we coming to get you. And I'm like, all right. So I go in, not knowing what to expect, but everybody on the tier was like, "Man, don't go to that Odyssey House. That place is terrible. Them dudes wash 1,000 cars a day, and they don't let you smoke." And I'm like, "We in jail. What do you mean, don't go? Look around." So anyway, it was a tough program. It was hard. I loved it. I needed it. It was exactly what I needed.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Extra
And how long did you spend there?
12 months.
12 months.
But
Golly.
there's a yeah. It's levels. It's
And are you on probation this whole time?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
where I'm
you
going
really
with
got to
this.
walk a fine line.
I didn't care what them people told me.
Yeah.
Right? They could have said, "Look, stand over there in the corner and hold this broom in the air," and I would have done it because I didn't want to go back to jail. I ain't cut out for that.
Right.
But I knew, like, this place helps people. This is the last house on the block when it comes to treatment centers. And this is it. I'm running out of options, right? So every 30 days, to get out of Odyssey House, to go somewhere, is like an act of Congress. You only go to doctor's appointments in court. That's it. But you got to follow the proper channels to make that happen.
Yeah.
So I got court every 30 days. Me and my support, my level 3, my upper house, he come with me. We go to court. Well, we go to this guy, Mr. Ernest's office, my probation officer, the Nigerian. We walk across the street to criminal court, show the judge I'm still in court. I'm still in treatment. We do that every 30 days. Well, in May, I go over there. I show him the letter, and he was like, the judge is like, "How's your relationship with your probation officer?" I'm like, "Seems good. I see him every month, and we walk over here. And I think we get along okay." He's like, "Not him, your state probation officer." I'm like, I thought this was my dude, He's like, "No, you got a state probation officer." I'm like, "I don't really remember you ever telling me that. I really don't." He gave me a card, said, "You go see him today." I'm like, "Well, that ain't how it works. I can't go today." And this Nigerian guy spoke up for me, and we got it set up. I go see this dude the next day on St. Charles, Gus Wilson. He's a supervisor now. He refers to us now. It's pretty cool.
That's super cool.
I go see him, and I lay out the whole story to him, and he's looking at me like I'm an alien, bro. He's like, "I don't know you. I don't know you. I never heard your name before. You're not with me." So I tell him my whole story. Alexandria, U.S. Marshals, and he's like, "U.S. Marshals." And he pulls open the bottom drawer, bottom file. He's open, whack, there's my folder, right? He's like, "Why are you still on probation?" I'm like, "I don't know. Durbin, he said if I don't finish treatment, I got to finish rehab." He's like, No. Meet me in court tomorrow. He closes the file. I'm like, "Okay, here we go. Act of Congress, right? Now I got to come out a third day. You're not going to let this happen." So I go back. I go to court the next day. Me, my Nigerian guy, and Mr. Wilson. And the judge, this dude says, "I want to make a motion he'd be released from probation successfully." I'm like, "What the fuck? What?" Judge is like, "Cool, you're done." He said, "Mr. DeLon, I can't keep you at Odyssey House any longer. But if you come back here, I'm going to slam you." And I'm like, "He can't say that, man. What's he talking about?"
Oh, shit.
Right. I look at the dude who's my support, and I'm thinking, call your ride, bro. 'Cause I'm gone. We sitting out front of court, and we waiting on the van to come get us. And I'm running through all the scenarios in my head. Now, there's a lot of left out. Like wife said, you can't ever come back here unless you finish rehab, right? Parents, you can't come back. All the things. Those go without being said. So I go back to Odyssey House, and it's a therapeutic community, right? I'm sure a lot of people know what that's all about. but I was a level 2 at the time. So when I walk in, I get searched in, they check, they do, and I'm going up the stairs, and they say, discoveries to the second dining room, which means that when you hear that, whatever you're doing, if you're not in the shower, you stop what you're doing and you go, because somebody did some shit that they're going to find out what. Some sort of group.
Yeah.
I go back down the steps. I'm sitting in there, and I'm looking around, and I'm like, who did what? Like, what happened? I missed it. My therapist, who I'm close with now, who's a peer of mine, he walks in. He says, Ronald, grab a chair. And I'm like, man, I've been gone all day. I'm still in court clothes. What did I do, He's walking out. This guy's like, I don't know, 6'6", 350 pounds, Mr. Anthony.
Sheesh.
He's walking around me, and he's looking under my chair. And I'm like, he's like, where's your bags? I said, man, I haven't even been upstairs yet. He goes, you ain't packing? I said, man, I'm not going anywhere. And he was like, all right, group closed. What he was going to do
Have everybody try to convince you.
was have everybody do what I already did in my head. Where you going? How you going to get there? You going to manipulate your way in there? Like all the things that had happened. So that was proof to me like things are changing.
Yeah.
I'm kind of liking this.
Absolutely.
I like the way my thinking is changing. Just everything.
How long you had been there at that point?
6 months.
6 months.
Right,
Okay.
6 months left.
Yep.
So there's another time where my thinking switched from, man, I got to be here. This place sucks. I hate it. Can't wait to get out. My thinking went from that to, this place still sucks and I can't wait to get out, but I don't have to fucking be here.
Right.
I'm actually feel like I'm flourishing in here. And, I stuck it out and finished. I was there 51 weeks.
Goodness
19
gracious.
years
So-
later.
So this cool because this story actually airing, which we shooting today, was going to air on December 19th.
Yeah.
And that'll be 19 years tomorrow.
So let me fold another little fold in here for you. I graduate. In order to graduate, you got to have a job, bank account, if you can have one, driver's license, if you can get one, sober, safe place to live. Like all these things have to be in line before they say, okay, you graduate. In my level 4 group, getting ready to graduate, they say, what are you doing? You gonna go back offshore, or what kind of work you gonna do? And I'm like, man, I don't know. My captain's license expired the month after Katrina, so I don't have that anymore. I don't know what I'm gonna do. He said, well, we got a job here for you if you want it, overnight tech. I was like, man, let me think about it. I'll take it. Let me go. Sign me up. Right?
Yeah.
So I'm working as an overnight tech. I graduate. I'm living there. I graduate. A year later, I'm living in an Oxford house. This Nigerian calls me and says, hey, can you come to my office? I want to talk to you. And I'm like, I don't owe this dude any money.
Yeah.
Why would he want to see me, right? So I go over there and meet with him. He's like, listen, his office wasn't at the drug court building anymore. Now it's on South Jeff Davis in Tulane. He's like, look, I know you're still at Odyssey House, but I left drug court. I started my own company. Would you want to come work for me? And I'm like, yeah, actually, I think I do. High school diploma, no experience other than, no experience in this field.
Just lived experience. Yeah.
Right. So now it's just him and I, right? We got a desk, a couple little file cabinets. And he's like, I'm like, what do we do? Let's roll. How do we do this? He's like, well, we're going to figure it out. But I need you to be here, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 9, from 9 to 12. We're going to run an adolescent group or whatever it was. Psychoeducational, like just, minimal stuff. We hire a few more staff. We outgrow that building. We move. He bought up on Broad and Banks. He bought a house, turned that into an office. It blew up. And in 2011, he started to hint around like, look, some things are changing in this field. If you want to continue, you need to be at least a CIT. Let me help you get started with that process. So he took me under his wing, got me started as a CIT. I spent 6 years as a CIT, but in the meantime, he said, look, you can only be a CIT for 6 years. If you ever want to be an RAC, CAC, or LAC, you have to have the educational requirements. You got to have a high school diploma for an RAC, a bachelor's degree for a CAC, or a master's for an LAC. You kind of have to go back to school because after 6 years, they pull in your CIT.
Absolutely.
So what do you want to do? I'm like, man, I'll go to school. I'm going to try this school stuff. So I sign up at SUNO because they have a substance abuse counseling and prevention bachelor's. I did the only ones locally that I knew of. So I sign up, register for school, 2012. I'm a 36-year-old brand new freshman sitting in remedial English, remedial algebra, like go through undergrad. He pushes me to go get my master's, get licensed, and really that's how I landed in this field. I made my way up to the program director at his facility. We had 30 staff, 75 clients on the census.
Beautiful story.
It's a cool story, man.
Absolutely, man. So I appreciate everything and all the, man, it was a pleasure to get to know that side of you and everything. As we come to an end, there's always two final things that I like to do. First one is why. Why, as a brilliant person who's been able to overcome all of this, what's your why?
Why did I get sober, or just why in general?
Why do you continue?
Man, I got tired of another one of those lines. We hear those lines throughout it. Somebody told me when getting high becomes a job, like what's the point, And that stuck with me. And at the end, I was really like, this isn't even fun. This is just misery.
Yeah.
But I'm so hard-headed that I'm going to keep doing it until I am forced to not. Absolutely. So if there's ever a window, I'm taking it. It was just looking at, like, I didn't have kids at the time, luckily. But just looking at the pain, the reflection of the pain I was causing on my mom, my dad, my sister, my wife, all these people was just a mirror image of what I was going through. And I just was like, man, this is not fulfilling. Absolutely. This doesn't enrich my life in any way. I don't know how to not do it anymore. I just know I don't want to not. I just don't want to do it anymore.
And last thing before we get to Ronnie's least favorite part of the time, somebody's listening, feels like they relate to you, been through what you've been through. What words of inspiration would you tell them?
Man, reach out. Reach out. There's plenty of people, if AA or NA is not somebody's thing, for me, it's a big part of my story. I didn't mention it at all, but it's a big part of my story. Find sober people. Find people to hang out with. Find like-minded people. Reach out. That's the main thing.
And so, speaking of reach out, how can they reach out to avenues?
They can reach us at avenues.
That's the avenue they want to take.
Yeah. Find your way home.
Yeah.
Our phone number, you can Google us, but our phone number is 504-688-8080. That's admissions.
And so y'all got Baton Rouge, Covington, Metairie in the local, our area.
There's 350 beds total in the state.
Yeah.
2 in Covington, 1 in Baton Rouge, 1 in Metairie. You have an IOP in Metairie, and there is soon to be an IOP up here in Baton Rouge.
Yeah.
Like
is that exclusive news?
It might be.
We got breaking news.
We love breaking news on Built by the Red. Yes, Lord. Well, that's copyright.
Oh man.
Oh man.
And personally, are you on social media or anything? Can people?
Yeah, I'm on Facebook. I do have an Instagram, but it's more of my woodwork little hobby, not necessarily
woodworking.
Yeah, I do a little bit of Royal Woodworks is my Instagram.
Oh yeah.
That's my meditation.
I love it. Unfortunately, man, we appreciate all the time and you setting aside some time to come share with us and our listeners. I guarantee you appreciate it. But we've come to Ronnie's least favorite time.
I be wanting to walk out on this part. My out-of-body experience is over, ladies and gentlemen, but yours can begin. But first, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Thank y'all for having me.
Sitting down with us. Absolutely, man. It was a thrill and a pleasure to get to hear an in-depth look and you get intimate with us. I've heard some things that I haven't heard before, so we got some new stuff to talk about when we have lunch again. Awesome stories, powerful, very powerful. And, you know, like we tell y'all every week, we are dedicated, we are committed. It is our duty to continue to bring fresh, raw, and real content to you people. Like we always say, we are real people with real issues that want to really help you find a solution. If you or somebody you know is struggling, please, please, please reach out to us. You can find me at Ronnie LaDuff on Facebook, Michael Axelrod Oakley on Facebook. We even brought our guy here from Avenues, Metairie, two in Covington, Metairie, Baton Rouge area. You don't have to suffer in silence. Mental health struggles, you know, we here to help you with everything. We love y'all. We see y'all. Don't forget to like this video, share this video, comment on this video, subscribe to the channel. And hey, you know, who knows? You may end up being the person helping somebody one day. But until then, let's help you. Allow us to love you until you can learn to love yourself. And until then, we'll be back at the same time, at the same place, with the same producer. Built by the Red Stick, built by adversity, led by courage.
We love y'all.
Thank you.
Yes, heard.